Good evening. In today's video, we're going to be playing with the Paht 2 of the Mikayla x Glamlite collab. This is a gorgeous palette. I'll show you here. I haven't swatched it yet. I wanted you to be able to see it fresh and pretty. Now, this is mostly, green and purple, some blues. And I've done a lot of green lately, but this may be an appropriate time to do another one. So we'll see. I'm going to do some swatches here for you, and from there I will decide which direction I'm going to go in this. So we're going to go ahead and get into some swatches. These are the top 2 rows and the first half of the middle row, the second half of the middle row, and the bottom 2 rows. Now that we have those swatches done, let's go ahead and get into a look here. I'm kind of torn on what to do because I feel like with the packaging and everything, like I should do a green and gold look. I don't normally go with like the golden shades, so I want to pair that up a little bit with that and go just full green because I can get it really deep in the outer corner. There's even a black in here, and I'm like, I have a fall palette video coming before too long, and this one may end up making it in there. Like, this is swatching it out. That is definitely what I'm getting vibes of, so I'm liking that. Is this camera setting crooked? We're gonna go in for a green and gold halo eye, so let's see how we can make this work out. I'm actually going to start with this darkest green on the inner and outer corners. We're just gonna go for it, so that's what we're doing. The shade The Commons on the inner and outer corner. Let me shove my hair out of my face a bit. Oh, and speaking of, I have been using the Revlon, excuse my hair like in it, but this thing, the Revlon, it literally just says Revlon on it, but like the hair dryer brush thing, I love this. I hate doing my hair so much. You probably noticed that from all of my videos. Usually have it in a ponytail or just dried naturally, but I've really been enjoying this. It's really easy to use. It still takes like maybe an hour to use it if I'm being really precise and like taking small parts of my hair. But if I just get out and I kind of do like one of this, just go through the whole thing. So just wanted to throw that out there. I don't usually do favorites videos or anything, but I thought now would be the time to mention that. Okay, going in with the shade The Commons right here. Taking a small brush, like a really small brush. I'm actually going to use this pencil brush from Sigma. I normally wouldn't use one this small for what I'm doing, but this is a really dark green. Starting on the outer corner. Kind of working it up in the direction you want it to go. Now, when doing a halo eye, it's going to not look good for a long time. And most of the look, it's not going to look good, but it'll come together in the end. So, you have to trust the process with this. A little bit of dark green there. And I don't always do it this way, but we're just going to mimic on the lower lash line while we're here. Like I said, not going to look great when we're starting. Right now, I just want to apply the color where I want it, and then we're going to blend lighter shades in toward the middle until we get to a gold. Okay, I'm going to go onto the other eye with The Commons. Inner corner. Alright, going underneath the eye on this side. Now that we look like we have no idea what we're doing, just make sure they're even. Kind of look at it. Okay, does it look close? Like even to each other. So I'm going to add a little more of The Commons on this outer corner. And that's pretty good. I think we'll leave it at that. Again, we're going to keep adding, keep adding, keep adding. Okay. I started with the darkest shade though because I do want that to actually be that color. So if you want a more intense look out of your dark shades, start with those and then kind of just blend the edges out with a lighter color. You'll see us do that now. But if you know, just want to deepen up the lighter color, start with your light one and then add a little bit where you want it. But if you want it to be true to the color it is in the pan, start with those and work your way back. We're going to go into this shade now. Fall River over here. Or do I want to go more with this, like the Bro shade? The Bro shade's a more like limey green. Fall River is like green green. I think I'm going to go more into the true green, the Fall River shade. Because I know if I go in with that Bro shade, if I go in with this, like I want to use one of these. So I think that'll be another look for another day. So we're going into the green Fall River. That same brush. I'm just going to work this next to that green. We will eventually switch to a fluffier brush. Kind of tapping, kind of blending. Basically all of the dark green you want this touching. And we will go over these edges in a minute. On the lower lash line as well. Still the Fall River shade. I'm hungry. We're supposed to go to the store. I think I'm home and eat. I think I might eat first. Make sure I have this up where I want it. Like looking straight ahead, I want these to match a little bit. So I'm going to go up a little bit with this, kind of on top of everything. Okay. See, I feel like we're starting to come together already. I mean, you can kind of see it, right? We're going to switch away from this brush. Okay, this is also like a pencil brush, but it's a little bit fluffier, if you can tell. These are from the BH Cosmetics Birthstone collection brushes. They're amazing. It was like 12 brushes for like 10 bucks at TJ Maxx. I have 2 sets. If you see them, I highly recommend them. There are face brushes and eye brushes, all beautiful. Okay, so we have what we're doing here. I'm going to go in with this 13 shade and we're going to kind of buff out the edges like I was talking about earlier. Take a little bit of this and kind of run it along, like gently, like barely applying any pressure. I am going to put a concealer right down the middle, so you can just kind of blend it across if you need to. I don't want this mint green to be like a focal point. I just want it to, as you can see, it's kind of doing there. Just kind of make it all make sense. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing on the bottom. That was too much for the bottom. Just going to blend around. And we can always go back in and deepen that up, which I probably will. You ever, what I was just doing was trying to find this shade. You ever have a palette so big? You're like trying to remember what shade you were using. Okay. It's like putting the keys in the ignition of somebody else's car. I only say that because my husband and I have different like keys like that. Mine goes in like the column, his goes in like the front. I constantly, you fish around for far too long because you know it's not there, but you cannot stop your hand. Yeah. Okay, so we're looking good on that. We're going to get a little bit more and go to the lower lash line. Again, just taking the mint to kind of blend everything out ever so gently. There is that. Going back in with that little pencil brush, back into the commons, and we're going to deepen that up one more time. You don't have to do this, I just like to re-intensify. And then on the same brush, taking the Fall Riva, which was the lighter green, one more time. I will say, I feel like a halo eye really like accentuates the hoods in my eye. I don't know why I feel like that. I just do. Doesn't stop me, but okay. Let's get that gold going here. At this point, I would either go in with a glitter glue or like a camo concealer. I feel like with the texture of these shadows, I did say I was going to use this, but I kind of feel like I want to use the glitter glue. The Glamlite shadows are a little bit more textured, and I feel like they'll stick better to this. So I think I'm going to put the glitter glue on the center of each eye and then down the middle on the bottom. And then we'll decide which gold-ish shade we're going to use. I think I'll take this and just kind of go straight down. That is probably way too much. Yes, it is. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this up like to the top. Not like to the brow, but to the top of this eyeshadow. I don't normally do that with my shimmers, but for like this halo look, that's kind of what I want. Let's kind of trail off into the brow. Just looked at the camera and for some reason, with the red light, I thought, oh, have I not been filming this whole time? Okay. Never mind. We're good. Okay. I'm going to get starting to remember. Yikes. Alright, I'm going to take a little bit more of this, like a touch. You just need a touch. I'm going to take it on the lower lashes as well. I don't normally put like a primer down here, but I do want it to be like all the way through, and I do think this will give it a better chance of staying. I'm going to take this like flat but kind of fluffy brush. It sounded weird, but I think we're going to have to go into the shade Glitter. It's me going, oh, it's a gold, but it's like almost a green, so we're going to go in with that one. Yeah. Well, let me swatch that one. There's that, and then there's the one next. Ooh, the one next to it, though. 11/20/21. Okay, we're going to do that one. We'll go with an actual, like, brownish gold color. I'm going to go with this one. Right here. And we're going to put that all over the middle of my eyelid. Let's see if we can get it to stay with a brush. I feel like to start that'll be better. A little more control than my fingers with my nails and everything. Okay. Yay. So pretty. And you can see where the glitter glue is, like that is sticking straight down. Love it. My dog is snoring. Apparently she's cozy. That was her collar on the dresser. I thought she threw up. Okay. Woo! We're good. Okay. I've had to be careful not to roll over her. She used to sit when I had like just it was like a kitchen chair. It just like didn't wheel around. It was fine because it didn't scoot on this carpet. I had to like stand up to move the chair. Now with like the wheels, I can just back up, and I have not run her over, but she gets mad. Like she'll come running out the side and just stare at me like. So now I'm kind of like, all right. I'm moving like slow motion to kind of give her a hint that I'm moving. You're just going to apply this to your liking. And I will say it's applying very well with a brush. And I love this formula. I want to try some more like indie shadows, like Shine by SD and JD Glow, and I mean there are all kinds that I've heard, like Angelica talks about, Teresa talks about, who's the other one? Does a lot of indie oh, Lauren May Beauty, she does a lot of, I'm like, they just look, Hannah Louise Poston, they all have like these giant singles palettes of just beautiful, beautiful, like shimmers and stuff. And I'm like, but I feel like I need to like watch some videos thoroughly before I start buying those, because, and I know they've all done videos on them, like a detailed of which one, because there's so many choices, and I don't want like ones that I'm gonna be like, man, I want those ones that you're gonna go, you know, and take your breath away. So I'm gonna have to watch some videos on those, but for right now, I am loving this. Oh my goodness. Okay, on the very end, like the tip of this brush, I'm gonna dip it into that and just like tap it under. That looks so pretty. Like, I know at some point I need to stop applying, but I can't. I can't stop. Okay. See what I meant up here? Like, I just want it to kind of disappear into everything else. Like, there's no real end. I don't know where my pencil brush is. So I'm going to go back in with one of my green brushes one more time and add a little bit more of the Fall River shade, which was that medium green. And kind of like really lightly, like I'm barely holding this brush, merge that over the edge of that gold, just to kind of, I don't know, meld it together a little bit. Like you want, not just don't want the gold everywhere, I want to kind of blend the gold and green together. I suppose you could use one of the sparkly greens too, that would have worked, but I didn't. Okay, just a little bit, like nothing, we're not trying to cover this up, but I love a good green halo eye. I feel like with gold and green, for some reason, that seems to be my go-to. Let us decide on an inner corner. I don't always go heavy on the inner corner when I'm doing like a halo. Maybe I'll try one of the like the glazed shade or something, just like one of these white ones down here. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. I don't want to do too much. I don't want to take away from this, but I do want it to, oh, brighten my eye back up a little bit. Well, that's going on nicely. Okay. I think later this evening I'm going to rearrange my eyeshadows. I have them organized by like brand right now, but I went through all the rest of my makeup and kind of sorted out stuff I have repeats of, stuff I want to use every day, stuff I'm kind of like, eh. Almost like an everyday makeup drawer, but I kept like a ton of stuff out. I think we might skip on the black eyeliner today. I know, who am I? I actually have a couple of these I want to use soon, like a burgundy and a gray. I swatched these the other day, and this I could not even get off my hand, but I think these are going to be really pretty for like fall looks. They're kind of, that's kind of what I'm talking about, like right front and center, where I'm like, something I'm really excited to use. Waterline eyeliner. I've picked out the NYX Epic Wear or one of my Shockwave ones. We'll see what works best as we're going. Now these NYX ones, I have one or two, and I haven't really gotten a feel of it because I don't wear this color very often. I think I need to sharpen it though. Oh, please. That just scared me so bad. There are little tassels on this scarf that like hangs over this. It just touched my hand when I reached to the back to get this pencil sharpener. Ugh. Okay. All right. Into the waterline. That looks really pretty. And that is much more noticeable on this viewfinder than it is in person. Like, that's why I kept going. You probably thought 4 strokes ago, like, stop doing that, but all right, this is actually really, really pretty with this. Very similar color to what's on my lid. Uh-oh, let's go make this eye water. That is really pretty. That almost looks green, like a greenish gold in the waterline. I'm curious how this is going to wear. I've heard amazing things about these, and I think I have pretty much every color I can get in the Shockwave, but they have some really pretty like light purples and stuff in these. So I'm gonna see how this wears today. If it's, you know, sticks around, I might have to pick up some more in some of the other colors, because they have like a green that I really been eyeing a baby blue and yeah, a light purple, like a periwinkle, I said. I love eyeliners. This is a thing that's kept handy. Used to be like brown eyeliner exclusively. That's all I wore on the top and bottom, pencil brown eyeliner. I'm gonna go ahead and add some mascara, possibly some little rhinestones. I don't know. I don't know if I want to take away from this or not. So I'm gonna put on my mascara and we will be right back to finish this up. All right, and there we have our finished look with the Mikayla Paht 2 palette. I wasn't going to do any like jewel or anything, but after I was looking at this, I was like, I think we were a little bit inspired. So I went ahead and also put a little, just a little tiny gold piece underneath each eye. Here's what it looks like one last time. This is gorgeous. This row, like over here, all these dark mattes, like those are going to be all over my hands so good in the coming months. Like I can just feel that those are going to be something I'm wanting to use a lot, and I am not disappointed with this purchase. It is so nice. I'm glad I waited the month. You know, I knew it was going to take a while and it was worth it to me. This is absolutely amazing. So with that, I think this is the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you'll consider subscribing, and I will see you next time. Bye.